Alright, so Daisu Tran. You might start, because it's classical type martial art more so. So you got this resting Roo type posture, right? And then, or stance. So I think everyone's sort of seen this before. It's just like how you do your punches and different sort of basics. From here. Then you got like the Roo, which is like a back weighted. It can be back weighted and it can move forwards too, because it's like, it's very, very kung fu, very sort of mantisy as well. So you can have the hands up here to like swat away techniques. It's got punches and stuff that are very like connected to the core of the body. I'm not going to get right into it now because I've got a bit of muscle soreness and I'm not super warmed up. I'm just trying to show the stances because that's what people want to see. So but it's those bar G type connected to the body strikes, full strength sort of strikes that are connected to the core. Very, very Xing Yi type. Xing Yi but bar G because it's got the classic push pull. It's like grabbing a rope and strike and pulling in, but that's also Xing Yi type stuff. So if you're aware of Xing Yi, it's sort of like a back weighted, like Sun Ti Shi type setup with the stance, probably 60-40. But it can come into like a forward press, which is more sort of like Kempo. So yeah, hands up this way. But like I said, with that resting Roo, which is the posture, or the hands, it's also known as like hanging paws. So that we can do different stuff from here. Obviously the back fist, and we can move off whichever way we're going to go, move forward, but also you've got like this narrower horse stance too that you can go into, which again sort of Kempo-ish. So you might you might step out and go into the horse here and then into a forward press and then back into like a front raise stance or like cat or like ready Roo ready Roo stance. I'm still working on the name, so we'll just say front heel off the ground or a cat empty stance, I also call it. So it's very eclectic. There's lots of different transitional type movements. From Kenpo, which I'm not taking it exactly, is you come into the side stance here, back fist, you strike, and then you come back into like this, but I'm like coming back into a cat, which is slightly different. Kenpo doesn't have really long arrow stances and stuff either, and they don't punch from the scapula. So yeah, but anyway, Kenpo has a lot of kung fu in it, which most people attest to. Anyway, so you got the rest and Roo, you got like a wider sort of stance here. Might bring in the punch, shoot out this punch, So resting Roo into the bow, like a bow or arrow type strike or stance. Here. These just, you're light on the feet, you got this sort of stuff going on, where it's light there, push it out, bring it in here, and this can be bringing in the arms here, you know, shooting an arm out, you can stay in horse, or you can go transition into the bow. What else? It's got like a power, like more of a power sort of posture type thing. Just seeing like older school karate and stuff, but you can have the fist this way, and this is also really this is the Daishi Chuan, and this is probably the kangaroo aspect of the Baji, where it's a wider sort of stance here, come into a punch, come out into the fist. So we're going from a wider horse into like a empty stance here. You could swap legs here and come out into whatever you're going to do. You can do more powerful double strikes into wider strikes or punches, depending on what you're going for. Like, I like the transition between the fast strikes and the more powerful strikes and the elbows. So the horse or Mabu stance here is good for getting low and it's good for power. You could also have that into a wider, like almost like a karate, because it's got some karate in it. With the foot twisted, that's more kempo. But you could have both open. Again, it's personal preference. Yeah, it's probably pulling movements, so like deeper drop, like drop stances, I suppose. Still working on all that. Deeper, really deep, back-weighted stances as well. What else? You can also have, and this is in the Roo fist as well, which I don't think I said earlier on, but in another clip. But from here you can have like a narrower arrow stance as well, rather than the really deep one. And you can have sort of bend. It doesn't have to be dead straight, but it could be, depending on your flexibility. But yeah, you can have this sort of arrow strike, like arrow stance, you know, coming off like more narrow. Still the same principle of movement. Again, like, I mean, I'll keep most of this. I don't think I'm going to change too much, but the basics of the system are the back-weighted, the cat or the empty, forward press. So back-weighted, but you also got one that's like kind of in neutral as well, to be honest. Like, so here, cat, forward press, and obviously then you got from, say, here, from the resting Roo, you got your arrow stances. Yep. You got your half horse as well. You can go into a half horse doing things, whatever it is you're doing. Deep, really deep stances. From the sort of power stance here, I can go into like a deeper forward stance. It could go a higher one. I just prefer the higher one really, and not being locked out as well. So if I'm doing whatever type of punch I'm doing, so I might come from here into the Roo, sort of double Roo fist strikes here, and I might step out, bang, hit that, and then I might pop back up here, you know, transition, go into an elbow, you know, and from here, shoot from this way. I could shoot across here, this way, turning the body, coming forward this way, you know. Back weighted stance, could be like for an elbow, could be pressing out this way and an elbow behind, and then coming forward into, I'm still semi back weighted there. You know, there's lots of different stuff going on. It's always like forward, backwards movement, and like forwards, and like centering, and like restabilizing with the horse, and then shooting back to the cat or the empty, you know. I don't know, we might come here in the horse or the Baji Mabu type movement, and I don't know, just trying to think. From here we might move the foot but then go into another one, and then elbow across and come this way, you know. There's just lots of different stuff to do, so lots of different drills. The kangaroo type movement can be really like relaxed and springy type stuff going on, sort of really circular and flowy, but then it can also have this really like tighter in closer to the body, grabbing on, you know, pulling in, pushing out, pressing, prying, like within the stances there's pressing and prying sort of movements, which you're probably going to do both coming forward and coming back, but the coming back obviously lends to pulling in. Yeah, so your cat or dead weighted type stances and stuff as well, you're not meant to be in them for very long. You're not meant to be in, it's sort of like hit, move, like keep moving, like, because you know, if you're in a real confrontation, you know, unless you're trying to be really aesthetic, like in a form or something like that, you know, like I said earlier, you know, like I might do something in a sequence, just playing around to make it look like a form in competition or something. Like here, arms come out, everything comes in, right, the roo stuff, come out here, you know, then the circular stuff, you know, push strike, elbow into the roo, cross, elbow, cross, elbow, you know, just playing with different stuff, kick, strike, claw, I don't know, this sort of stuff, you know. There's a lot of this, you could say it's not a stance, but it's a transitional movement here, usually done classically in Baji, like I'm trying to think, yeah, you come on the side here and then explode out. But what they don't do, and what I do, is I might grab on, I rip back and I'll strike, and I'll rip back, strike again, and I'm resetting for more faster, rapid strikes into the powerful movement. So, and it's contraction and expansion, which most things are. Anyway, I hope that somewhat helps. I'll try for a more concise one another day.